Okay guys, today we're going to do some turf cutting. So the first thing that I've got to get done is I'm going to mark out where I'm going to cut the turf. Essentially I'm making the shape of the green. I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to do. I'm just going to spray it out, see how it looks, go from there. If anything, it won't matter if it's smaller than what I want, because from what I've seen, the bent grass generally seems to grow out into the eye, so I can make it wider if I wanted to. You can always change it, so it doesn't matter. Probably a couple of weeks ago, I dug out the side here, next to the driveway, because the idea is that I'm going to cut out the grass, the ryegrass out of that, put it here, use it as a tee box. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's very rocky and stony. It's not the best, but we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't survive, I'm not that worried, because one, I can just grab a mat, a synthetic mat, and use it to hit off onto the green. Even then, I'm even thinking if it doesn't work, then I'll dig it all out. Might get some hybrid cooch and try and do some sprigging and whatnot, and see how that goes. It'll be pretty interesting to do. So anyway, let's mark this out and we'll start cutting. Yeah, even on the first run I was pretty happy with how it's looking. I did do an adjustment to the side. I made it a little bit wider. I don't think I'll go ultimately that wide, but just gives me a rough idea. Looks pretty decent size, and yeah, that's the idea, how I want it to go. That first line I think was a bit too wide, but we'll get something in between. But I'm generally pretty happy with that. Yeah, let's get the cutter out there, see how to do it. So I think I might do one line by myself first, try and figure it out. I've got to figure out the depth and everything as well. I want to ultimately cut out about 20 mil, but I'll do a little cut, see what it looks like, see if I'm happy with it. And obviously, as you can tell, it's pretty patchy and looks shit, but I'm just going to take all the good bits, the rest of the bits, chuck them in the back or whatever. And I did get a new wheel for my wheelbarrow, so I'll be able to use that. Let's have a crack, get it done. Let's see how that first run went. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I might cut that into pieces, put it into the wheelbarrow, chuck it over there. Pretty quick and easy. A couple of bits went up. I think it just folded over itself. That's all that is. Yeah, let's get it in there. So I've laid down the first couple. Looks pretty good actually. Note to self, get smaller rolls because they're bloody heavy, and the bigger they are, the more they fall apart. So what I did, as you've probably seen, is I watered that area down first. Then I moved rolls over and put them down. Usually you want to put down a little bit of fertiliser as well, but I know I only fertilised this grass 2 weeks ago, so I'm not going to put more down. There's no point. I did it 2 weeks ago just to get it at its healthiest, growing at its most rapid speed, just so it grows in quicker. The turf cutter, I'll show you guys how to use it in a second. It's pretty easy. This is, if I went ahead and cut it all out and didn't move any and just cut it, I'd be done in 15, half an hour. Like, it's not pretty freaking quick. And it is falling apart a little bit. Most of it's staying together, but the parts that are falling apart are because it's like rolling too big or it's dead patches and whatnot. I will be doing an overseed here as well. So once these are all laid down, I'll get the ryegrass seed out, do an overseed on it, chuck some soil down on it just to give it some coverage, seed to soil contact, and obviously keep water up to it, but I'll talk more about that when we get to the end of the vid and have a look at what it looks like. But the idea is use the turf cutter, cut out what I need to with the shovel, and I'm just laying it down now. Usually you do the outside first, long ways, do it in a brick pattern, and you can use anything, shovel, whatever you want to cut it. That where I've got it, that machine set at the moment is pretty good, nice size. So what I'll do is I'll just cut the whole thing with the turf cutter, and I'll make sure that that's done because I only borrowed it for 4 hours, so I can get it all cut out, put it back on the trailer. Then I can move the grass over, and then I can get the turf cutter back in time, so I'm not paying an extra $25 because I'm a tight ass. Anyway, I'll show you how to use this turf cutter. It's pretty easy. I did YouTube, see how to use them. Most of them are American. Now, to judge what your depth you've got, by me looking at it now, all you have to measure is those rear wheels. Measure those rear wheels to the ground. That says it's about 30 mil. So when it goes down and starts cutting, it will go down to the level of these wheels. So the gap between the grass and that wheel is a pretty good measurement of how deep you're cutting. That's just me looking at it. So anyway, how you use it is like any lawnmower, the on switch. It's got a choke, fuel on and off, and it's also got your throttle. This one's actually not working out here. It's not such a big deal because you can use it down there. And I'm not using it quickly, so it's not a big deal. To move the level, it's just this stick. The back of it moves up and down, as you saw earlier with the wheels. Then you've basically got your engage, disengage for the cutter, and then you've got your engage, disengage for the drive. It's pretty light. The annoying thing is when you pull it out, obviously that cutter's still sticking down, so you have to lift it back up pretty high. You start gouging out your grass around the side. Doesn't matter because I'm going to overseed that side eventually again too when we're going into autumn. So that's how you use that. It's a bit dicky though because that pull cord only comes out a little bit and then it reefs at you. So did it to the bloke at Kennards as well. Anyway, keep that in mind. Let's cut the rest of this turf out and put it down. I just noticed while I was picking out some of those weeds, I think it's just crabgrass that I got in there mainly. But as I was looking for them, I seem to have found something that's called kikuyu. That. And I betcha It's from that buddy of mine who I did a Kaikoura renovation on. Don't know how the fuck he got there. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it out and get some new sand soil in, level it, and then leave it there for a couple of weeks and see what weeds I get coming out of it, and then I can poison them off. Then do seeding. So hopefully get rid of that kike, otherwise it's going to infest it. It's the first time I've had kike in this lawn. Yeah, anyway. Alright, all done. That took, what is it? 11 o'clock? So 11, so it took an hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half to, oh, get that on the screen. Took about an hour and a half to do that that was from getting it off the trailer to doing it. So I reckon it's probably 30 minutes ripping it out. And that's pretty much all done. So I've just got to put that back onto the trailer and I'll get it back to them before 1:30. But all I'll do is I'll start cutting bits off, rolling it up, put it in the wheelbarrow, get it over there, clean it all up, and see what it looks like. Right, so that's all done. Looks pretty good. It does look patchy, but as I said, I'll do an overseed and chuck some sand on there. I've got some spare sand to the side there, so I'll chuck that on there. That's a later issue. I've got to take the turf cutter back, and then I've got to get all the rest of that up. So hopefully I can get that done today. It is just after 12:30. So I'll pack up a little bit, tie down the turf cutter, take it back. I'll pull all that turf up, and then we'll see you when that's done. Okay, it is about 5:30 and I'm pretty done. The weather's beating me from probably about 2 o'clock. It's just been raining on and off and I've been struggling. I obviously can't do it in the rain, so but I did manage to get it all up. The shape of it is coming together, but I still need to cut out the corners there just to make it more round, you know, to come back around this way. Just got to cut those corners. I've already done it down here a little bit, so you can see the shape that it is. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because when I bring the sand in and level it, that's what will bring more of the shape together. And when I start mowing, it will come together. So just got to do those other sides there, but it's drizzling right now and I'm going to start dinner. Pretty buggered from that. I'll show you something interesting while I can, because It's not raining too bad out here. Probably 12 months ago, I think going into winter, we did a core aeration and renovation on the ryegrass. It was just an overseed. And when I started pulling the grass up, it was a bit weird. I seen holes and I was like, what are there holes there for? We've got bugs or something. But on further inspection, it's actually just the core holes from my corer. They're still there. So that just tells you that the holes that are there, they're getting more water and everything down there. So deeper roots, that's the big thing. That's why you do the core aeration and for to get rid of compaction. So I'll show you what I mean. So all those holes there, yeah, they're from the corer. So yeah, I didn't expect to see that. Anyway, so that's about it for part one of the putting green build. And I haven't got a hat on my glasses, so I'm probably looking a bit weird. I'm a bit wrecked from that. Would have been better if I didn't get all this rain weather coming down, because I would have had the shape finished and yeah, would have been further ahead. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good week. See you next time.